Do you think you're seeing this world right now, at this very second? You're deeply mistaken. Everything you call the present is already history. Your brain isn't a window into the world. It's a cinema, and the film is always running a little behind. Today, we're going to explore why you are merely a witness to your own life. We like to think we're the masters of our own minds. We believe our choices are the result of conscious, free decisions made in the here and now. But the truth is, your brain is a brilliant editor, and it's constantly lying to you. Let's look at this through the lens of neuroscience. Imagine that everything you perceive, light, sound, touch, is just raw data. For this data to reach your consciousness, it has to travel a long, complex path. Light hits your retina, turns into electrical signals, and races to the visual cortex. Sound waves navigate the labyrinth of your inner ear, but this is just the beginning. Your brain needs time to process this chaotic storm of signals and assemble them into a coherent image. This process takes anywhere from 80 to 150 milliseconds. In terms of physics, that's just a blink of an eye. But for your biology, for your conscious experience, that is an eternity. Imagine you're watching a movie where the audio is delayed by a fraction of a second. You'd notice it instantly. You'd call it a glitch. But your brain is a master of deception. To keep you from going insane from constant lag, your brain takes a desperate step. It starts predicting the future. It takes the data it received a split second ago and it carefully constructs an image that feels like right now. You aren't experiencing the present. You are living in a continuous, seamless, perfectly edited hallucination. You have never seen the now. You only see the version your brain has prepared for you.
But the brain doesn't just predict simple images. It predicts complex social situations. Think about when you're driving. Your brain is running an advanced simulation of every single car around you. It's calculating potential trajectories, identifying potential risks, and preloading responses. Before you even consciously decide to brake, your brain has already analyzed the probability of collision and initiated a physiological reaction. You are a puppet to your own survival instincts that operate entirely within that 150 millisecond delay. This leads us to a disturbing realization. The self you identify with is merely a narrative constructed after the fact. Your consciousness is not a participant in the decision-making process. It's an observer that rationalizes choices that have already been made by your non-conscious mind. You aren't choosing what to say next. Your brain is accessing linguistic patterns, cultural norms, and personal biases to construct sentences, and you only become aware of them as you speak them. It's a flawless performance, but it's entirely pre-recorded. Now imagine the implications on memory. If your perception is an edit, then your memories are an edit of an edit. Every time you recall a past event, your brain doesn't simply play a static file. It reconstructs the memory from its constituent parts, subtly altering it to align with your current beliefs, emotions, and goals. The past is just as much a hallucination as the present. You are living in a house built entirely of shifting sand, built from a stream of inputs that are always just out of reach. So, who is running the show? Who is this observer, this you? If consciousness is merely a downstream effect, what is its purpose? Some neuroscientists believe it has no purpose. They call it an epiphenomenon, like the steam rising from a train. It's a byproduct of complex neural activity, but it doesn't power the engine. This is the hardest pill to swallow. You might not be the protagonist of your own life. You might just be the audience watching a predestined play unfold from within the relative safety of your own mind.
But it gets weirder. One of the most haunting discoveries in the history of neuroscience came in the 1970s from physiologist Benjamin Libet. His experiment shattered our traditional understanding of free will. Libet asked participants to perform a simple movement, like flicking their wrist. He monitored their brain activity with electrodes. The result was chilling. The brain initiated the command to move hundreds of milliseconds before the person was even aware of their intention to move. Think about that for a second. First, your brain gives the command, and then, as if it's playing catch-up, it sends a signal to your consciousness saying, "Hey, this was your idea." You aren't the conductor of the orchestra. You're just a spectator in the front row, finding out about your own thoughts and actions last. You are a witness to the show your brain is putting on for you. Your consciousness is just a delayed progress report on work that has already been finished. So, what is the present then? It's an illusion. You have never been in the now. You are always trapped in the past, a past that your brain has neatly rewritten in real time so that you can feel secure and in control. Your brain doesn't want you to know about this delay. It needs you to believe in a direct connection to reality. If you truly grasped that your thoughts are trailing behind reality, your trust in yourself would shatter. You'd start doubting every choice, every word you speak, every decision you make. This delay is the price you pay for the complexity of your mind. To perceive the world, the brain must first process it, and processing takes time. But there's an even deeper layer to this. Because you live in a world of predictions, you often see not what is there, but what you expect to see. You are constantly filling in the blanks. You don't notice the blind spots in your vision because your brain paints them based on what's around them. You don't notice the micro pauses in your perception. You are the output of an incredible biological computer that writes the script for your life while you're busy watching it. And that computer is always one step ahead of you. So who are you really? If your decisions are made before you even think about them, does that mean you have no choice? Does it mean your successes and your failures were predetermined by neural circuits before you even realized you existed? That's an uncomfortable question. It's a question that science often tries to dance around, because if we admit that consciousness is a secondary product, the entire concept of human responsibility starts to crumble. But let's look at this from a different angle. Perhaps this delay is where your uniqueness actually hides. Your brain isn't just a machine reacting to stimuli. It's a machine that is constantly learning, constantly rewiring itself. You can train your predictions, you can change your habits, and even if you find out about your decisions last, you have the power to influence what those decisions will be in the future. Next time you look into a mirror, remember, the person looking back at you is living in the past, and the one who decides to speak or lift a hand has already acted on your behalf. You will always be a fraction of a second behind your own life. And maybe, just maybe, it's in that fraction of a second, in that gap, where the mystery we call the human soul actually lives. Or perhaps it's just the edge of a biological limbo from which there is no escape.